Hi, this is Kalyan Karmakar, and thank you for joining. Um, this is going to be on the COVID vaccine, which we took a couple of days back, and the experience around that. And I've titled it as Q&A because in case there are questions, very happy to answer that. So it's slightly different from my normal live podcasts, which are more like broadcasts and not so much of questions. Hey, Path, hello to you. Miss meeting you here. Hope you're back and safe in Nagpur. Hi, Aaron. You keep changing your handle, but it's always good to see you joining in. And Web Toki Treats, Web Two Creeds is saying that parents got their first shot today. Well, best of luck. I think the most important thing to keep in mind is that I mean, if there are any side effects, it's to be expected. So not to stress, but rather to see how to take on it. So, for example, if this was yesterday, then there was no way I would have even thought of doing a live podcast because we were quite wiped out. In fact, we were supposed to get some lovely Awadhi food today from a former banker turned home chef, but I told him that look, there's no way we can have that. And then today I messaged him saying that hey, you can send it tomorrow. So I think we're going to have some lovely galati kebab, shami kebabs, mutton stew, and Awadhi biryani. So it's which is called pulao in Lucknow. It's by someone called Mudit Saxena, who's in Thane in Mumbai. Well, this is not about that. So I took the COVID vaccine a couple of days back, our first shot. Both of us, Kainas and I, it happened to be the Covishield, and we are in Mumbai. And I just thought I'll tell you a bit about why we took the vaccine. Good to see you, Paluk. We used your Kitchen Fables masala today, biryani masala, to marinate pomfret, and it turned out to be really nice. Okay, guys, today is going to be like a Q&A and chatting, so I won't be following like a flow like I do when I do my Foodocracy for chats. Hi, Libran07. Good to see you, sir, Seeking Man. Good to see you indeed. Okay, so first of all, why vaccine? So it was very recently, it was opened up for people who are 45 plus, and we immediately sort of took the opportunity. So I told Kainas, my wife, that, and she has a very busy work schedule. She's working right now also. Hi, Shoini. So I Kainas that look, just decide on a date by Wednesday, and we have to get it done. And we went on Wednesday, and I'm glad we did because it's the next day, Holy Family, which is where we got the jab, not the zab. I saw Namrata Zakaria joining in and suddenly said zab. Sorry. So they ran out of the vaccines the next day. But today, our friend Ruchika, single, she got it there. So I guess Holy Family's got it back there. So there was a lot of talk about side effects from the vaccine, and there were talk about fever, body ache, bad stomach, and so on. And there was also apprehensions about it, and that's natural. I think we all were, and I think also what makes this vaccine different is the fact that it's really been a pressure cooker vaccine. It's not been a slow cooked one. It's been done very quickly. So unlike the vaccines earlier, which was more like slow cooked over years of testing. Okay, someone's asking me a question on IPL. Katiru, will you be watching the first IPL match of tonight? Mumbai is playing. No, not really. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. But growing up, we've taken vaccines. The BCG and the polio, and whatnot. And Namrata is saying she enjoys our Instagram. Thanks so much, and love to Mrs. will be conveyed. She's in a work meeting in the other room. So I remember some of our vaccine moments at school. Like when we were little kids, then we would be taken to the doctors by our parents. But there were also sometimes vaccines which are given in school. And I remember this was time when we were in high school. Maybe we were teenagers and stuff. So they were talking of fever this time. So I remember one year we were given vaccine where people from the government had come to our school in Calcutta, Assembly of God Church, at that time, and we were all given a shot and one discipline or something like that in case fever would come. So we all went home feeling very serious and grown up and telling my mother, in my case, or parents, that look, we've got this medicine, and if there is fever, we have to take this. Then I remember there was this other time when we took this vaccine. Again, I think we were in school and maybe teenagers or something. And we were told that immediately after the injection, You have to. So we got Mars Pickles also joining in. Anita and her daughter from Nainital in Kumaon region in Uttaranchal. I've been trying their pickles, like really lovely. The red michi pickle which I had today, the baigan pickle, the green tikka, green chili meetha pickle. They're all very nice. Okay, so going back, so we took this vaccine in school, and that time we were told, I don't know if it was the BCG one, but we were told, which not Boston Consulting Group, where we were told that after the vaccine you have to swing your arms like this, because if you don't, then your arm will hurt. So I remember all of us, especially as boys, and I think we were in our early teens or maybe 10, 11 years old or whatever. So we were doing like da 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 da, and then reverse. So warm ups and pretending we were Kapil Dev or Abdul Qadir or Malcolm Marshall or Imran Khan or Richard Hadley, so which you can figure out how old I am. Shangamitra saying a lot of talk about Covishield versus Covaxin. What's your thought on it? I don't really have any thought. The place which we went to, it was Covishield, and we took it. If these are the two options which are there, then that is what it is. I mean, right now, not really questioning things. So just to go back, so I said that we were pretty clear that we had to take the vaccine, and as soon as we were eligible, because we really can't let the pandemic get over us. And look at where things are a year later. Again, there's a spike, new infections, and so many people whom we know. Yesterday, I got to know about Pooja Dhingra of Love 15, down with COVID. She announced that. Then Chef Hemal Shah, whom who was earlier with Lafoy. So she is had COVID, though she's recovering. Then there were so many actors: Amir Khan, Akshay Kumar, I mean Govinda, all these people, Sachin Tendulkar, and the thing is that all these people also interact with people, and imagine the sort of precautions they would take. Unlike say regular people like us, we would have to, we are left to ourselves, but they would probably have so many protocols or whatever. But despite that, they had this thing. So I think it's really important for us to be responsible. And I know that it's not easy being home. Like economies are affected, socially one is affected, mindset is affected, emotionally one is affected. It's not easy, but I mean. It's not that people are doing this for fun. I mean, it's a threat to life, including, I mean, your life as well. I mean, everyone who's being affected. So it's tough. It's tough. I mean, one has also come across many inspiring stories, some of which I've shared on Foodocracy for Her or Foodocracy Kitchens, of people who've restarted their lives professionally after whatever they were doing in the past had come to an end. So I think we need to look at that. We need to sort of, figure out ways of keeping ourselves sort of suitably entertained or engaged when at home. Keep a positive spirit. And like Atul Khatri keeps saying in his show, Only Positive News, which he used to follow during the early days of the lockdown, and he's back with it, which is good to see. He keeps saying, "Tum chinta mat karo, sab theek ho jayega." And I remember, like in the earlier leg of Only Positive News of Atul Khatri, he would keep talking of different news of vaccines and the progress in which they were. And now we've got the vaccines. So it's 45 years plus, soon it's going to go down. So the moment you are eligible, or people in your family are eligible, your staff, house help, drivers, watchmen, whatever, please tell people to get vaccinated. And now also to keep in mind about the vaccine, that it's not like a magic potion in asterisks, right? So let me tell you what the process is. And look, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just going by whatever one has read, and not from WhatsApp forwards, but the press and so on. But I think I've got my facts more or less right. I've also spoken with doctor friends of mine. But this is what you need to know about the vaccine. So first of all, like both the vaccines which are on in India, Covishield and Covaxin, regardless of which one you get, is a 2-tier process, right? So you take your first vaccine, and earlier they said after a fortnight, but now in our case, and this thing is said that you take a next one after 6 to 8 weeks, right? 6 to 8 weeks is a month and a half to 2 months. So while you've taken your first vaccine, it's not that the effect of the vaccine comes out, because you have to take a second vaccine after 6 weeks to 8 weeks, which is a month and a half to 2 months. Then you take the second vaccine, and then, if my understanding is right, it takes about 2 weeks odd for the antibodies to start forming. And in fact, you can do an antibody test after that to see if the antibodies are formed in you. So, which means that from the time you've taken your first vaccine to the time it starts taking effect, it could be anything between 10 to 12 weeks. So, which means that a month and a half to 2 months from the time you take this thing. Which means Paluk is saying that mom who's a kidney patient, dad who's 85 years old, vaccinated, most family members did not have any side effect. Lovely. Okay, so which means that from the time you take a vaccine to the time from which the antibodies start forming is 10 to 12 weeks, which is like, or maybe even more. So, which is, 2 to 3 months. So, which means that don't think that you've taken a vaccine and immediately you sort of go out and start dancing like Diego Maradona used to in the clubs. I just saw a lovely documentary on him on Netflix. And it's pretty cool. They don't make, nowadays, like people are very politically correct, but, seeing Maradona sort of, almost like out of a Netflix episode. So, no, you can't be a Maradona and throw everything, caution to the wind, and go out and not wear masks and not practice social distancing and things like that. And it also says that, it also says that when you have the vaccine and the antibodies happen, it's not that you will not get COVID after that. It just means that if you do get the infection after that, your body is more prepared to fight it and the effect will be less. Which means that till the pandemic is fully eradicated, we still can't let our guards up. We will still have to wear masks. We will have to maintain social distancing. We need to keep washing our hands. But, once we take the vaccine, we will definitely be more protected. So, I was giving you a football example, and but if you see at cricket, I mean, they wear helmets and abdominal guards. But if the ball can still hit you over here, so you still have to keep your visor down. And for us, the visor is the mask, right? Okay, so now the natural question would be first whether to take the vaccine or not and why we took it. So I think I've explained to you that we took it because we've got this whole pandemic around us, and at least one part of the fight against it is to get the vaccine. Yes, there were talks of side effects, but we've taken vaccines before and we knew there were side effects, and I think at times it's good to have a bit of faith, I think, in ourselves, in whichever higher power you believe in, and the scientists and the government and all that. I think sometimes it's just to go in with a bit of faith, and in the doctors and stuff. And the third very important point I want to make before I talk about our experience with the vaccine is that it's not that you take the vaccine and immediately you can do whatever you want. But no, you have to take vaccine number 1, then you take vaccine number 2 after 6 to 8 weeks, and then give 2 weeks, which is what they're saying now, for the antibodies to form. Then maybe do an antibody test, and then see if the antibodies are there, and then you'll know that in case you still get infected, your body is more prepared to fight. So keep in mind that once you embark on the vaccine journey, you reach the end of that journey 2.5 to 3 months from when you start. So that's what I've been telling our house help also, and telling them that they should get vaccinated. They're both 45 plus, and whatever the help they need, whether for money or navigating the app or whatever, we are happy to do that. Now, our personal experiences, we went and got in this hospital called Holy Family, which is in Bandra. I believe that there are many Holy Families. Someone later told me that there's one in Delhi. Our friend Manishita said that both her sisters were born in Holy Family, Dhaka. So we went to Holy Family. We already had friends like Priyanka who said that her parents, Jayanto and Anita, had gotten their vaccines there and it was quite hassle-free. And I remember going to Candies one morning and meeting Alan Pereira of Candies, and he'd just come from the Holy Family Vaccine Center, and he said it was very smooth and hassle free. And we went. It was actually pretty, and we got our mom-in-law vaccinated earlier there, and I was in the car. I was in driving duty, but Kainaz was inside. She said it was pretty smooth, and so it was. I'm looking at Baby Loaf who's waking up. So it was for Kainaz and me. So we went, and we at the registration counter we showed our apps where we had on the Arogya Setu where we'd already registered. I had not taken a date. Kainaz had taken another date, so they made us cancel that because, in a sense, we were walk-ins. And then we got our slips. Then we went to the counter. There was a long queue, but surprisingly enough, we were called very soon, and we then paid 250 rupees each because it's not a free center. So everywhere where you're paying, it's a flat 250 rupees each, or it's a free thing. And I showed my PAN card because I'd registered basis that number. Kainaz had showed her Aadhaar card, and they took the details, and then immediately we went into these cubicles where the nurses were there, and they gave us the sort of information that that not to worry if there's any fear. If there is fear, they said, sorry, not fear. If there is, they asked us what other medication we were taking. I didn't really have anything except something for blood thinners, so they were okay with that. So they said that there could be fever, but not to worry. If there's fever, take Dolo 650 or Crocin, and only if you have fever. We had some other doctor friends who said take it as a precautionary measure, which we did. But I have a doctor friend who's been working with COVID patients with the JJ Hospital right from the beginning, and he's also into medical research, and he said not necessary unless you have fever. She said that there could be a bit of soreness in the shoulder, and the injection was given in the shoulder, which you decide you don't use as much. She said if there's shoulder pain, just let it be. Don't put any hot compress or any ice. Then she gave the jab, and it didn't pain at all. It didn't, and they didn't put any cotton or anything, unlike what you're used to after blood tests. And then we went into the monitoring room where we had to wait for half an hour. The monitoring room was a bit packed, but in Holy Family, it's that monitoring room it's an old hospital, so it was not air conditioned. So big windows and doors. We sat by that, and after half an hour, they checked our blood. They checked our temperature, and they checked our oxygen levels, and then we left, and then we went home. And honestly, there was no pain in the shoulder at that point. And we were quite okay. And then we had some pretty nourishing lunch of dhansak, mutton dhansak, and chicken kebabs, and all of that. And then we went to sleep. And when we woke up from our sleep, that's when there was a fair bit of body pain. And then so that's when we took the Crocin, the Dolo 650, and then the pain reduced. And evening was sort of okay. We had dinner, and then we went to the bedroom and we switched on the air conditioning, which we had earlier also. And then I was feeling a bit cold, and then I looked at Kainaz and she said she was feeling cold as well. So we switched off the AC, and then I started feeling really cold. So I put the dovet on me, and the fan was on 3. Still I was feeling cold. So then Kainaz said, you better take the second Dolo. So I did, and then immediately I started feeling better, and then to the extent where I was actually perspiring. So which meant that it took into control, and then I was watching this Diego Maradona sort of documentary on Netflix. Went to sleep. Before that, and then next morning, when I woke up, it was on day 2. We woke up pretty late. Kainaz and I we woke up at 11:30, 12 or something like that, and then we were both feeling knocked out, like completely knocked out. Like body ache, knee pain, this, that, whatever. And my doctor friend Manisha said that you take your second Dolo, and you eat something. So our house help had left. So I was pushing Kainaz. I said, look, you wake up. So I'll make you breakfast. What will you eat? I said, will you have some egg? Will you have some watermelon? Because she's also on a diet. I said, have an egg, it's better. So, okay. So I said, have an egg and toast. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll go to make it. And you know what we did was when we were returning from Holy Family, we stopped at bagel shop and we bought some bagels and bread. And I kept some of the chicken kebabs who'd Banu had made. Talking of chicken kebabs, there's Maruk's Kitchen, who makes lovely mutton, Kwasi mutton kebabs. And she said that she had a body ache next day and did her husband. And the folks from Shetkari saying he took it almost day before and cried due to pain for 2 days. I'm so sorry to hear that. But, you know, also that's what my friend Manisha said, because a lot of people are saying that day 2 is a tough one. But it's not so, because, each person reacts differently. So, I sort of had my breakfast planned. So I pushed myself. And we normally sort of have a bath in the morning before breakfast, but I told Kainas we should just. So I went to the kitchen and and Nimki was there, our kitten, and he was lying by the gas, this thing burner, and saying, "Come on, Daddy, you can do it!" Like as if I was in Rocky or something. You can do it. One more round. So I went and put the bagel and the bread in the oven to toast it, and that's when Kainas was saying that she was feeling a bit nauseous. So she said, "Skip the egg." So I put some jam on her bread. And in my bagel, I sliced it and put some cream cheese and the chicken dhansak kebabs, and then Kenas came and ate as well, and then we immediately felt better. We even had some Sindhi curry in the afternoon, and then we took an afternoon nap, and then when I took the afternoon nap and woke up at around 6:15, then again I was feeling a lot of body ache. And I took my temperature. So at that time it was showing 99. Like in the morning it was 100.1. Then obviously it calmed down. But I decided not to take one more Dolo because I taken a Dolo in the morning. And the doctor had said I need twice a day. So, but then I had a snack, I don't know, some aloo paratha which Kainas had made. So Banu had made, so I heated it on the tawa with some ketchup. And then I felt good, I must say. And then, had dinner. And then it took me a bit of, and then I don't think at night there was any more body ache or fever or anything like that. We kept the AC on. We were watching Paglayat on Netflix. Nice light film. I wasn't getting sleep, so I decided to watch the Maradona documentary till 4 o'clock till I slept. And this morning, I think both of us woke up late, but better. I went to make breakfast far more cheerfully, made fried eggs for both of us and toast. I had toast butter. And this morning, my shoulder was feeling sore. Kaina said hers wasn't. She had a bit of a headache. Then, so that's how it is. So I didn't take any further medicines. Had lunch which Banu prepared, and I sort of helped her around. Banu's our cook. Then I did Shavasana for about half an hour. Kainaz has been working from 1 o'clock on various office meetings on the phone because she said otherwise work's going to pile up. But that's how it is. I mean, I'm perspiring a bit, so obviously no fever at this point. I have my so that's how it is. I mean, we everyone reacts differently. I think day 2 was a bit rougher, but only in spurts. There were slots where we had body ache. There were slots where I had fever, slots where Kainaz had nausea or headaches, but not all throughout. I think all in all, we've been lucky so far. I'm not sure if there's a 4th day thing. We've also taken it easy, not really stepped out of home. Thank you so much for everyone who's been checking on us or sharing your experiences with us, and especially to I must say to Mr. Madhukar from Kainaz's office, who's been messaging me also and sort of reassuring me, and so many people. And I think I've ordered a dosa from Madras Diary, so I'll go and see if it's come. I'll go and eat then. But thanks a lot, and folks, take care. So I want to leave you with, if I was to leave you with 2 or 3 takeouts. One is this COVID thing is no joke. One. 2, that doesn't mean that we need to, so we give up. We take the vaccine. Yes. 3, there could be some after effects, but just go ahead with it. 4, even if you take the vaccine, don't think that you become invincible. Remember that even Superman had the kryptonite, and so don't this thing. So be responsible. And four, don't really go by WhatsApp messages of or people saying that people took the vaccine and within 2 days they had the COVID infection. Of course they will. If they were came in contact with the virus, the vaccine doesn't start working in 2 weeks, 2 days. It's you take shot one, then 8 to 10 weeks for shot two, and then another 2 weeks. So it's 2.5 to 3 months journey, right? So more the reason for not listening to these rumors. And remember, people always put up the rumors, and the idea of putting up or these isolated cases. The idea of doing this live was to tell you where where it's not happened. Touch whatever. So we're going to keep all our precautions and sort of hope for the best. And if you take the vaccine, just plan your day in such a way that you can stay inside, take rest, plan your food that way. Also, if you're alone, keep nourishing food, keep food which makes you happy, stay hydrated, share your experiences, chat with people, but don't but listen only to doctors. Like Shetkar is saying, few doctors say don't take medicines after vaccine. Don't just go by what your doctor said. I had two doctors and the nurse. One said, one school was that take it if you have fever, and the other said that take as preemptive. So it's fine. And also what people say is that if you do have fever and body ache, it's a sign that the vaccine's working. And Monu, my friend from Bangalore, is saying that he is sounding well, Kalyan. And that's so true, man. I told Mudit yesterday, I can't even think of facing Galauti kebabs and biryani, Mawadi biryani, and today I messaged him saying, Yaar, bhejo, jaldi se bhego. And wise words from the folks at Mars Pickle. It's important to rest properly after getting the vaccine. I've known people who've taken the jab and gone straight to work. Well, the focus at Mars Pickle, and anyone who makes pickles knows that when you put all the vegetables and the masala and the oil in the jar, your pickle is not ready immediately after that, right? You have to put it in the sun. You have to let the sun take care of it. You have to let it remain in the terrace. And then when it's time, it'll work. And if that's how it works for pickles, then that's how it works for vaccines. And that's Baby Loaf over there, who is very, very wise and who can answer anything more that you want. Yes, and okay, Akash Agarwal, Sarji, to good knowledge. Okay, whatever I knew, I shared. All the best, Seeking Man, sir. All the best for you tomorrow. Maruk's Kitchen, good to see you. Paluk, thank you for sharing your experience. I think that's what we need to do. And folks, if you found this useful, since this is a live case, please share this. I'm going to put it on my IGTV and all that. But hopefully if my dosas come after having that. Because the one good thing which has happened is I didn't really lose my appetite after the vaccine. Okay, take care, guys. Take care, stay well. Maintain social distancing. Wear the masks, whether you get vaccinated or not. And try to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Don't panic. Don't read WhatsApps. Yeah. Okay. Take care. And in the wise words of philosopher and comedian Atul Khatri, तुम लोग कुछ मत सोचो, घर पे रहो, कुछ नहीं होगा. Take care. Bye.